I agree.
I don't understand what's happened to him. It's like everything shrunk down. He used to have just a regular, he used to look like.
The Woodmore crash is forcing Durham bus services to make some changes. Hamilton County will likely renew its contract with the company. Tonight, we're hearing what school board members want moving forward. Plus,
there should have been no other application of force.
2 videos have gone viral after a man was punched and kicked by officers during a traffic stop. How the police chief is handling it ahead. And the world is getting its first look today at the devastation caused by the mother of all bombs. Live at 5 starts now.
With coverage you can count on, this is...
There's not that many companies out there that can service our...
Mic check, Paul. Oh, Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But it's not urgent. It's always something. On the counter. My goodness.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News, live at 5.
The Woodmore crash is forcing Durham bus services to make some changes. Hamilton County will likely renew its contract with the company. Tonight, we're hearing what school board members want moving forward. Plus,
there should have been no other application of force.
2 videos have gone viral after a man was punched and kicked by officers during a traffic stop. How the police chief is handling it ahead. And the world is getting its first look today at the devastation caused by the mother of all bombs. Live at 5 starts now.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News, live at 5.
The Hamilton County School Board will likely renew its contract with Durham School Services. This comes after the Woodmore crash that killed 6 children last year.
Channel 3's Michelle Herron has reaction from board members and what they would like to see moving forward.
There's not that many companies out there that can service our district.
Durham is responsible for about 80% of the school buses in Hamilton County, which is why district leaders weren't surprised when no one replied to the county's request to take on the job. Eventually, the district wants to steer away from using a private company and employ more owner-operators to help transport the 20,000 students who ride buses. Tiffany Robinson, who represents District 4, believes that may be why no other companies applied.
You know, this may only be for 2 years, and, you know, we are changing the number of routes that we're going to give to this company. And so, you know, like from a business standpoint, I see it as, well, yeah, that is going to automatically deter.
November's deadly crash forced Durham to take a look at its policies. CEO David Duke presented a list of changes put into place since the crash. They include a new online complaint system that Duke claims has resulted in a 70% drop in the number of complaints. But Robinson and District 2 member Kathy Lennon believe the system could be better.
You know, if there is a concern, if there is a complaint from a parent, how you go about doing that, you know, that has to be very, very important.
Whenever there's a barrier between the person complaining to the person that the complaint needs to get to, I see that as a pretty big barrier that, you know, things just get lost in translation.
Duke also says the company has seen an improvement in driving behavior after installing smart cameras and adding bus monitors to its Hamilton County fleet. Improvements board members plan to hold Durham accountable to. In Chattanooga, Michelle Herron, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
The company also increased entry-level pay for drivers by 13%, bringing the total to $15 an hour. The school board has agreed to continue doing business with Durham, but will have to vote on the terms of a formal contract over the next few weeks.
Police in Middle Tennessee are investigating what happened before a train hit a child. The Portland Police Department says a CXS freight train hit the child on the tracks last night. Officers found the child's body about 300 feet away from the initial impact. He died at the scene. Police are working to figure out why the child was on the tracks.
2 MTSU football players are under investigation for animal cruelty. Officials say video was posted on a Snapchat account of Justin Atkins last month, and someone had been able to record the video from her iPad because Snapchat posts disappear after a certain amount of time. In the video, police say Shalom Alvarez, who's a linebacker for MTSU's football team, is seen hitting a dog. Police say he grabbed the dog from under a bed and hit the puppy at least 5 times. Both players were suspended from the team. The investigation into whether this was animal cruelty is ongoing.
A police chief in Georgia says excessive force by 2 officers at a traffic stop led them to being fired. It happened in Lawrenceville, about an hour from Atlanta. 21-year-old Demetrius Hollins was stopped for not having a license plate. During the traffic stop, Hollins was apparently pulled out of his vehicle and thrown to the ground. Cell phone video shows another officer arriving and Hollins was kicked. Gwinnett County Police Chief Butch Ayers says more video emerged yesterday showing a second angle of the incident where the driver was punched.
He told me to step out of the car, and that's when I stepped out of the car with my hands up, and when I had my hands up, that's when he punched me in the face.
You hear about it, about other people that actually it happens to, but when you see that it happens to your own child, it breaks my heart.
Hollins was booked on charges of marijuana possession, obstruction, and multiple traffic violations. The police chief says the officer seen kicking the driver took responsibility when confronted with the video. The other officer did not. There is an open criminal investigation into their actions.
It's been 1 month since an Amber Alert was issued for a Tennessee teenager. 15-year-old Elizabeth Thomas was last seen when she was dropped off by a friend at a restaurant on March 13th. Officers say she is with her former teacher. You see on the right there, 50-year-old Tad Cummins. Now, pharmacists across the country are being told to be on the lookout for the two. They say Cummins takes blood pressure medication and may stop for a refill. Investigators ask anyone with information, call 800-TBI-FIND.
Time now to send it over to Paul Barris.
He's live in the Storm Alert Center for a first check of the forecast. Hey, Paul.
We've had a few showers popping up for today. This is on the high-res radar right here out over Fannin County, Gilmer County. Up to a 1/10 of an inch of rain fell out near Blue Ridge. And over southern Bradley County, little showers popped up about a couple miles wide. And there were some showers just south over Lookout Mountain, just south of Chattanooga. And they moved into Dade County and then into Marion County, and then poof, they're gone. So there's not much out there right now. Looking at Vipercast, we're not looking at a lot for tonight, although it does say coming up at 8 o'clock tomorrow there could be an isolated shower in a few spots, and that's about it. It's about 10% coverage. And again, partly cloudy skies by tomorrow night, overnight, and right into Sunday morning. We'll gradually see an increase in clouds, so sunrise service, you may see a few more clouds popping up. And then again, we're going to see some clouds right into Sunday afternoon. And into Monday, again, some clouds into the morning. Later on in the day, we'll see some rain showers start to move in into Monday afternoon and evening and into Tuesday, too. The complete 7-day in a few minutes.
Paul, thank you. New tonight, showdown with North Korea as the nation is reportedly ready to launch a nuclear test.
Today, the world also got a look at the results from the mother of all bombs. Blaine Alexander has more from Washington.
Today, a first look at the impact from the so-called mother of all bombs dropped by U.S. forces, killing 36 ISIS fighters in Afghanistan.
This was the right weapon against this target.
This just days after the U.S. missile strikes on Syria. Now, growing tensions as the U.S. now stares down North Korea, the country defiantly poised to conduct another nuclear or missile test.
There's a reason no U.S. president in recent history has pulled the trigger on North Korea. You've got 20 million people in Seoul that would be a target.
The country is now marking the birthday of North Korean founder Kim Il-sung, a time the nation has typically chosen to flex its military muscles. But the U.S. reportedly considering either preemptive or retaliatory action, sending more ships to the region.
그런 말장난에 불과하지 않는가 하는.
North Korea issuing this stark warning. If provoked by the U.S., the nation is prepared to, quote, go to war. Nuclear expert Daryl Kimball says the tough talk only angering an opponent who won't back down.
We know that Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea, and Donald Trump are very concerned about their ego, their prestige. The North Koreans do not want to be seen as backing down. Neither does Donald Trump.
The president, spending the holiday weekend in Mar-a-Lago, has vowed North Korea will be handled as Vice President Mike Pence heads to South Korea in a show of solidarity. Blaine Alexander, NBC News, Washington.
Still ahead on Live at 5. There's a live view. After years of construction, it's home opening day at the new SunTrust Park in Cobb County for the Atlanta Braves. A live preview as the Bravos prep for the new field. Paul Shaheen is there. We'll hear from him.
It was a race to see who was going to get the first base hit, you know, in the stadium's history.
Warm weather is back.
Goodbye to the Ted. Hello, SunTrust Park. The Braves return to Atlanta-ish tonight after playing their first 8 games on the road.
Channel 3 sports anchor Paul Shaheen is live at the Braves Stadium in Atlanta. He has more for us. Must be really exciting there right now, Paul.
It really is. The gates opened about an hour ago and fans are piling in, and they all have cell phones out taking pictures of anything they can capture on film. Now, it is the long-awaited home opener for the Atlanta Braves is here. And what a beautiful day it is to debut Atlanta's new SunTrust ballpark. We are live inside the stadium right now, and I'll tell you, we've seen quite a few legends here on hand. One of those legends, Chipper Jones. You knew Chipper would be here. Now remember, Chipper played in Fulton County and at the TED. He remembers vividly the 1997 first home opener at Turner Field. As he recalls, it was a race to get the first hit. As he breaks it down, the similarities between that opener and this opener.
It was a race to see who was going to get the first base hit, you know, in the stadium's history. And I was lucky enough to get the last hit at Fulton County Stadium and the first hit, you know, at the TED. All these guys are going to be, you know, racing to see who gets the first hit, who gets the first homer, you know, all those things. I mean, this town, this organization takes another step forward, and tonight is a huge, you know, chapter.
Yeah, it really is a momentous day. How about that powder blue sport coat Chipper Jones is sporting today as well? Chipper, not the only legend here. Bobby Cox, Hank Aaron, Phil Niekro, Dale Murphy, Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, the list goes on. That is all part of the pregame celebrations in about an hour and a half. First pitch with San Diego at 7:35. The Braves right now are wrapping up BP before the game behind me on the field. We'll touch base again at 5:30, maybe hear a little more from Chipper Jones. Live at SunTrust Park, making its debut in Atlanta. Paul Shaheen, Channel 3, Eyewitness Sports.
Thank you, Paul. Looks great out there.
Yeah, it does.
Wasn't the sweetest report for a popular downtown restaurant. Some details on what led to a low score for a favorite spot by the bridge.
And later, a Tennessee woman is being called a lifesaver. She saw a house burning and pulled a man out. We'll tell you more about it.
A few isolated showers popping up here and there. We're going to take a look at the drought chart, see how we're doing as far as the lack of rainfall goes. And I've got the 7-day forecast right into next week. It's all coming up.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News traffic. Channel 3 Eyewitness News traffic sponsored by CHI Memorial. Join us at the 5th Annual Elizabeth's Outrun Melanoma 5K and Walk May 13th. Register at memorial.org/race.
Friday afternoon, Easter weekend, expected to be bad, but it is especially bad because there's a multiple vehicle crash at mile marker 178 on the westbound lanes. There you see part of the backup right there on I-24.
Continuing the theme of crashes in bad places, you've got one on Gun Barrel and one on Ashland Terrace. Now, those were about half an hour ago, so hopefully they're in at least the cleanup stages now. Motor vehicle crash, no injuries at Northgate Mall Drive. And one more on Browns Ferry Road. All those places are going to cause problems this afternoon, so just plan for some extra time. Now here's Paul.
All right, looking at the drought chart, comes out every week. It's looking better, but if you step outside, it's really not that good. We're in a moderate drought. Most of us are in a moderate drought, and north of the city and west of the city, it's just exceptionally dry, so it's technically not a drought area. But the severe drought goes into the Blue Ridge Mountains and south of Blue Ridge through Ellijay, all the way down to Gordon County in extreme drought. Now this is going to get worse coming up when we look at it next week, unless we can get some rain next week at the beginning of the week, because we're not going to see anything over the weekend. So it's still very, very dry, and I'm very concerned about drought situation because we need a lot more rain than we're getting. High-res radar shows the showers out over the Blue Ridge, Fannin County area, fading out. A little bit of activity in southern Bradley County out near Cohutta. North of Dalton, there's some showers, so they'll be popping up here and there, but about 10% coverage tonight, so it's less than 20% coverage for sure. Now, farther out to the west, there's not that much rain till you get way off to the north and west, north of St. Louis, up into the Great Plains and up into the Midwest too, with some showers and storms. It is warm though. Normal highs around 74, so we're a good 10 degrees above normal in many spots. 84 in Cleveland right now, 82 Dalton and in the city in Athens, also Altamont at about 82. Now, they've had some clouds and a little bit of rain out near Murphy was 64 in Blue Ridge too, so that makes it a little more comfortable. 85, 53, the high and the low in the city, and we're about 1.75 inches below for the year. But you got to remember, last year we were 17 inches below normal. Skywatchers told me 80 south of the city, Dalton 85, Varnell 84, 84 Calhoun, also in Tryon about 84 to 87 degrees, 84 in Red Bank, 86 in North Chattanooga right here at Channel 3. Cleveland got up to 87 though. Soddy Daisy was 86 with 81 up in Mobile Mountain, Signal Mountain 83, and all the way up to Cagle Mountain, or it was about 81, 88. Pikeville 86, Dunlap to 84 in Etowah, 86 10 Mile, and 81 out near Murphy, 86 also near Jasper. Latest Vipercast shows a southerly flow of air all weekend long with just partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies coming up this weekend. Sunday morning, all the showers are off to the north, and I think that's where they'll remain. Sunday afternoon, showers off to the north, but Sunday night we could start to see some showers move in north of us, and then by about 7 o'clock Sunday night, a better chance for some showers. We get into Tuesday, another round of showers and maybe a thunderstorm as a little frontal system stalls over us. So we're thinking now by Tuesday morning, most of this rain is going to fall again. It's going to be on Monday and Tuesday, all of it really. Anywhere between 3/10 of an inch of rain. Cross your fingers you get that 3/10 because I know you need it. 58 tonight with a few clouds and any showers ending. 84 tomorrow with mostly sunny skies, just a slight chance for shower, about 10% coverage. Tomorrow night, 58, partly cloudy, and then Easter Sunday, we're looking at 81. And again, about a 10% coverage on those showers. So it's not much. If you get under one, it's not going to be a lot of rain at all. 77 Monday, showers and storms possible. Same thing coming up into Tuesday. Scattered showers end Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday look a little better.
Paul, thank you very much.
New tonight, a chain restaurant known for classic diner-style meals did not impress health inspectors.
John Martin has details in this week's restaurant report card.
Warm weather is back, and a popular spring and summer treat spot in downtown Chattanooga needs to do some straightening up. But a restaurant in North Georgia has some spring cleaning to do. Now in Chatsworth, the Huddle House on South 3rd Avenue posted a score of 62. The inspector found several issues, including an employee eating out of a cooking bowl during food prep, an employee using their bare hands to pull apart a head of lettuce, a grit stirrer stored in a hand sink, and several dirty pieces of equipment, and found several flies and roach traps in the restaurant. Now back in Hamilton County, there are several low scores to report. The ice cream show on Walnut Street scored a 73, only a few points above a failing grade. The inspector found no soap at the hand sink, cleaning supplies stored with food, utensils stored in standing water, and a wastewater leak at the mixing machine. The Crystal on Brainerd Road also scored a 73 and needs a deep cleaning. Issues included several spills or buildup from old spills, heavy buildup on the oven, and excessive grease on the front fryer. St. Elmo Deli and Grill on St. Elmo Avenue scored a 78. Insects were found inside the restaurant along with dirty food contact surfaces and cleaning supplies stored improperly. Now, several restaurants posted high scores or even perfect ones, including Plant Power Cafe on Lee Highway. You can read the complete list on WRCBTV.com. And remember, if you're in Hamilton County and you have a complaint about a pool, restaurant, healthcare facility, daycare, even the place where you work out, call the Hamilton County Health Department hotline at 423-209-8110. Enjoy your meal.
And now a follow-up. We talked to the owner of the ice cream shop. She says the business was in the process of remodeling and didn't have everything back in order yet. They've addressed the issues in the report and look forward to earning a high score when they're re-inspected within the next couple of weeks. We'll let you know what that is when it happens. Well, a man was pulled out of his burning home early this morning in Sevier County. Kayleen Lane from Kodak, Tennessee, said she was driving by the house around 1:30 when she saw smoke pouring out of it. She and another person ran inside to help and carried the homeowner out. Still ahead on Live at 5, a new study reveals how to add at least 3 years to your life.
Plus, we'll explain what researchers say could help students get better grades. Stay with us.
Today marks what we call Good Friday, the Christian holiday that marks the crucifixion and death of Jesus.
It's also a time when millions of people descend on Jerusalem to walk the same path that many believe Jesus walked when he carried the cross that was used to put him to death. This is the Easter holiday since Jesus' tomb was renovated. Have a look.
On to another story. Running could help you live longer. A new study by Iowa State University researchers studied 55,000 adults. They found 1 hour of running can add 7 hours to a person's life, more than any other form of exercise. In fact, running lowered the risk of premature death by 30%, compared to 12% for other types of physical activity. Researchers say regular running over the course of a lifetime could give you about 3 extra years.
The country's leading sleep experts say the morning bell should ring later for middle and high school students. It's a thing called the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, and they declare the school day should not begin before 8:30 a.m. Data shows when students get enough sleep, they are more alert and less likely to skip or be late to school. Delayed start times are also linked to better grades and fewer car accidents. Still ahead, an ironic situation in New York. What happens when the fire truck is what catches fire? Details.
We hope you have a great Easter weekend. Be sure and start
Let's go to New York, where a fire truck itself was consumed by flames. This morning, it was heavily damaged. The entire midsection burned away there. The truck was heading to Canada from Kansas City when it caught fire. According to officials there, the driver smelled something burning and pulled over. Good thing he did, because he was able to escape before it was fully engulfed by the blaze. Dark black smoke could be seen from miles away. No one was injured. But in addition to the fire truck, 2 vehicles and a building nearby were also damaged.
We have a quick congratulations. The dance team from Walker Valley High School has been invited to perform at the Pearl